All praises to the mighty Most High. Shalom, family, and welcome. This is Rap's wife. This video is going to have certain important dreams that I believe are important dreams in it, but also one of my husband's videos is also attached to this video. It's in this video, and it's significant to some things that have already happened, especially the dreams he was talking about in the video that myself and my daughter Heaven had. The dreams pretty much happened just recently. I was playing at the end of telling the dreams, these other dreams that some of us have had just recently. I want to tell the dreams that he was talking about and explain what just happened that coincides with it towards the end of the video, right before I play his video. That way you can understand which dreams I'm talking about and what I'm saying that goes together with those dreams that he's talking about. And also, he's also talking about some of the things, and this is 2017 or 2019. I believe the video was made in 2019, but it's between that 2017 and 2019. And this is 2023, but a lot of what he said is significant to now. So if you will please just listen to the whole video and listen to what he had to say at that particular time. So the first dream that I want to start out with, and these dreams are dreams that we just recently had, and some in this house, and they're from some other person or people, but they just were recently, within the last couple of months, these dreams that I'm about to say now. And they're significant for the time that we're in, and to me, that my husband is still on his job. The Most High still has him on his job, and he's still warning inside dreams, or the Most High is using him, or using his voice, or his figure, his spirit, whatever people want to say, because I know some people don't really believe in dreams, but I do believe in dreams. Joseph he had dreams, and he also deciphered dreams. He would say what they meant. So dreams are important in our life. Sometimes the Most High uses them to warn us. So let me start with the first dream that I wanted to say, which is from my daughter Heaven. She had a short dream, but she had a dream like it was night, and myself and her dad was going driving. We're driving, and maybe we're driving to the store or wherever we're going. But her dad called her and told her to make sure that everyone was secure. And she said she scooted next to like the wall, and she listened out to try to make sure that nothing was about to happen and nothing was coming. So that was her short dream. And the main thing in the dream was he called and said, make sure everyone was secure. And then my daughter Serenity had a dream, and she said she was out, and they usually don't go out. So she said she was out, and two people walked her home. She said her dad opened the door. She thought he would be mad, because like I said, we don't go out, and my husband was not one to let his daughters be around, anyone and just be going out somewhere. That was not going to happen, And so she thought he would be mad, but he wasn't. He told all of us to go upstairs and pack. And this is dream just recently, just within a month, to go upstairs and pack. Take what we needed and what was valuable. We went upstairs. This is her dream. We don't have an upstairs, but in her dream, we went upstairs, and this is what we were doing. We found old boxes. This is what she says. and they were pertaining to like slavery. They went back to slavery days, and so these are the boxes that they found, the boxes that they had some kind of significance to slavery. And so we found those boxes. My daughter Serenity opened the box. She showed my mom. She showed my mom the boxes and what was in the boxes. And Serenity went into a memory of my mom saying she didn't die. My mom has passed away. She's been passed away for years. Since my kids were young, my son, I think once he turned 1, my mom passed away. So my daughter went to a memory of her saying, my mom saying that she didn't die from what they said she died from, which they said she died from diabetes complications. But she went into like a memory, and it's like my mom was showing her that she didn't die from what they said she died from. She died from a shot. And so this is a dream that my daughter Serenity is having, and that my mom, was saying that she died from a shot, like someone gave her a shot. In the dream, she said the nurse was shown trying to cover it up. So in the dream, my daughter Serenity saw the nurse trying to cover up the shot that she gave my mom. Now, I'm not saying that just happened. This is a dream. But my mom's death was sudden. But this was a dream. And she said the nurse was trying to cover it up. Then it went to my mom laying down in the bed, and she was getting ready to die. She was passing away, saying over and over again, "I love you guys." And so my mom passed away in the hospital. So just to let you guys know, my mom passed away in the hospital. And she was okay one minute, and then she wasn't the next day. I got a call from my grandmother. My grandmother was alive at that point in time, saying that my mom had passed away. So she was saying that, saying over and over again, "I love you guys." And the last thing she said was that she loved me. She told my daughter Serenity that she loves me and she is proud of who I become. So as you know, that made me very emotional, but it also made me very happy, because I always wanted my mom to be happy and, with who I am now. I haven't been the greatest person. Not that I disrespect her or my mom. I wouldn't dare do that. I love my mom, and, my mom was strong. She wasn't going to put up with it anyway, but we knew better than that. But just to hear her say she was proud of who I become, it helped me, a lot, because, you have regrets, and you really love your parents, and like I love my husband, my grandmother, and you just want the best for them, and you want them to be happy with you and proud of you. So this was what she said in the dream to my daughter, Serenity, that she was proud of me, she was proud of who I become, and that she loved me. Okay, and then the last thing was my daughter, Aaliyah. She does the videos too. That she's the second to the youngest, which the youngest is Heaven. She was collecting some kind of gems. She was collecting some kind of gems, and my daughter Serenity was getting what was important, like the important things of the gems and I guess the things that were in the boxes from slavery and different things like that. And she then looked up, and a picture was on the wall of my grandmother. So a picture was on the wall of my grandmother doing all this, and my grandmother was smiling. So my grandmother was smiling. She was happy. She was pleased, with us, which is another thing. Like I said, it all makes me emotional, because I'm very happy, to hear, the dream. I know and believe the dream means something, because these are new dreams. My grandmother and my mother has been gone for a long time, and so I'm very happy about this. And then the dream that my daughter Heaven had, that I just read to you before this, I take it seriously. I take it as a warning. My husband, he always looked out for us. And if he's telling her to make sure everyone's secure, it's serious, you know. Heaven is, she's our youngest, but she is a lot like her dad. And he really loved her, and he really instilled a lot of what he believed in her, and a lot of strength into her. She's very strong to be as young as she is. And he instilled all that into all of our kids, and including me, you know. So that's two of the dreams. And then there was another dream that I don't know. I think you guys do know that we have a couple of kids that's not here because they didn't want to obey, and they didn't want to do what the Most High said do. They wanted to do what the world wanted to do, and we cannot have that. It doesn't mix. It's unequally yoked, as we all know. And you know, you just can't have you know people that want to do everything in the world come into your house, and that means them bringing them to here, or or them going out there and doing things that they know they should not be doing. So just explaining that to you. But in explaining that, I want to say that one of them went through something and almost passed away. They're in the hospital, and died on the table pretty much. I was not there, but I do know from the hospital, of course, contacting me, talking to the hospital, and then also talking to him, So, he almost passed away. But in that, this is what he told me. He almost passed away, and he saw my husband. And my husband said to him, you don't have to do this, and it doesn't have to be this way, And he told him, to look to the Most High, and that to get his life together and stuff like that, and that it's not the way he is looking at it or whatever. It has to be something bad or something so harsh, that to serve the Most High. It's not that way. The Most High loves you, and the Most High protects you and gives you ease. Yes, you get punishment. If you do wrong, that's what you get. It's punishment. But some people look at the Most High as he's like the most harshest, most, like they look at it as evil. It's not evil, but they look at it as if it's evil, as if they could punish me, and that, that's all I get from God, and why would a God, say that he loves you, do this to me and that to me. Nobody's doing nothing to you. You're doing it to yourself when you do wrong, So I'm saying that to say that my husband was talking to him, saying that, it doesn't have to be, this way. You know how to serve the Most High, and you know what to do, basically. And the thing was with him, this one of his children that are out there, with him, he was so happy, though, that my husband came to him during, when he flatlined or whatever, and my husband came to him. Or we can say when the Most High sent my husband's spirit to speak to him and guide him. You don't know. He was very happy. And saying that he was very happy and that eased his mind, because my husband also said, that he forgave him. And he was happy, and that eased his mind. And also, he said to me, this is what he said, he's in heaven. I seen him. He is in heaven. He said, don't worry. This is what he was telling me. He is in heaven. I know he is in heaven because I seen him. That's what he was telling me. He said, I seen him, and he was talking to me, and he is in heaven. He's safe, and he's happy. That's what he was telling me. And he was very excited. He said, I'm so excited because I know I have a chance. I know I have a chance now. He came to me, I know I have a chance now. So it's like the Bible says, raise your children in the way they should go, and, they won't depart from it. They'll return, Now, do I know if he's going to return? No, I don't. As into the Most High. No, I don't. But, he cannot say he did not have a chance. He cannot say he was not warned. He cannot say, even after my husband passed, that he was not warned the Most High blessed him to come to him and, try to tell him something. So he cannot say he was not warned. So in saying that, I just want to tell that dream and say that, his whole personification changed because he was in the hospital. I'm just going to say because he was trying to take his life. So his whole personification changed. The Most High still looked out for him through my husband, even though he hasn't been doing what's right. So the Most High will try to get to you. You won't have an excuse on that day. He will try to get to you any way he can. He will try to let you know that he loves you. He will try to let you know that even the people that are around you trying to tell you what's right, even whether they're here or they're past, that they love you and they only wanted what was best for you. So that was that dream. The other dream I just had, and just briefly, I had a dream that my husband came to me. I've had several dreams true about my husband, but I had a dream because I was so worried and stressed and, about, him passing, and just, it wasn't about him going to heaven. I already believe he was there, but it was about, I just wanted him to be okay with me, and, how you regret certain decisions you made before they passed, or maybe I should have did this, maybe I should have did that, maybe I should have fought with the doctors, different things I go through, or was going through. And it's like I went to sleep and it's like I looked up, and it almost felt real, like I was actually looking at him. He was laying in the bed next to me, and he was looking at me, and I was like, very happy. It's like I'm smiling. I was like, hey, what are you doing here? Because part of me knew he had passed, but the other part of me was just like, he was here, and then he said, he was looking very serious, and then I was like, what's wrong? And then he was looking serious, and he said, I want you to know that it's okay. I want you to know that everything that happened is meant to happen. It's not your fault. That's what he was telling me. It's not your fault. Don't worry. That's what he was telling me. And he would always tell me that, don't worry. I was a worry ward, still worry. I worried a little bit more, or a lot more, before, and he got me through that. He would always tell me, don't worry. God's got it. Everything lands in God's plan. So that's what he was telling me. Don't worry. He said, I'm okay. He said, everything's going to be all right. That's what he told me. Everything is going to be all right. And I was waiting till he finished talking because I wanted to tell him something. I wanted to say to him, I love you, and I wish things were different. Different things like that. And, things different as in I wish he was here, or different things like that. But when he got done talking, I looked up. It's like I looked down for a moment. I looked up and he was gone. I was like, hey, where'd you go? Because I wanted to really express to him how much I loved him, and really express that, I wish I can do things over and do it better, We always have our part where we could do better. We always have our part where we just wish, and I had that with not only him, my grandmother, my mother. You always have it where you're just like, okay, I could have did this better. Okay, I could have let that go. Okay, So he was telling me it was okay, and don't worry about it, and that he loved me, and none of it mattered, So it kind of put my mind at ease and at rest. It really did, and it put my heart like overjoyed, and because even in death, I know that he loves me beyond comparing. It's only the Most High that he loves more than me and his family. So that was the dream of that. So I wanted to speak about the dream that he was talking about in the video. So I'm going to play the video afterwards. So the dream that he was talking about in the video, and you will hear it. He said that I had a dream, and that we went to the store, and I was saying to get stuff for the shelter and everything, and like food and stuff like that. And we went to the store, and then I don't know, something happened. Like things started going haywire, whatever. And I was saying about, because my son was gone at the time, in my dream, and I was saying he's not going to get back in time. I was looking for him. I was looking for my son, and I was saying that he's not going to get back in time, and that's what I was saying. And I was saying that we got to go, and then we were trying to get ready to go and stuff, and I was looking for my son. And you'll hear it in the video, but the thing was about it was there was dates that he was saying, which was I believe the 3rd and the 10th, which my daughter also had a dream. She had a dream that everything was going to go haywire, I think on the 10th. It was like so many days from the 3rd, I think 7 days from the 3rd, and it would have been the 10th. And everything was going to go haywire. And this also was, when he did this video, it was in June. I think June of 2019, or if it wasn't 2019, it was 2017. So, it's June now. It's June 2nd. I just heard this video, believe it or not. If I heard it, it was around that time, a long time ago, and I forgot about it. But especially the dream part about it. I know he did a video of some of the other stuff he said in there, like how to prepare and this and that, but the dream struck me because it seemed like it just happened. When my husband was speaking, he was talking about, my son. Well, I had the dream. My son was gone. I'm looking for him, this and that, and he was supposed to be back on, I think, the 3rd. And he was either supposed to be back on the 3rd or the 10th, and that's why I was worried in a dream and I couldn't find him and stuff like that. So anyway, what it has significance to is what just happened. As you know, my son was gone, and the thing was, he was supposed to be back on the 3rd, and I think it was the 3rd of May at that point. He was supposed to be back on the 3rd, and they ended up getting stranded and things like that, which I'm sure you guys know. The dream in that aspect was like almost correct, or pretty much correct. It's just that he wasn't overseas or anything, but it was pretty much correct. He was supposed to get back, and the thing was, my husband said he was worried about, because of things that are going on and sad, and him being gone and stuff like that. He was worried about that. So he told him to come back early. I think this is when he did go somewhere. But at this point, it just seemed like the dream meant this right here, because it didn't happen then, and then he wasn't in the same place or area, as in the United States. But what happened was he was supposed to be back on the 3rd, which all of you know that heard the video and heard Brother Deshaun's video. Matter of fact, I love you, Brother Deshaun. Glad you're feeling better. He couldn't get back on the 3rd, and that's when he was supposed to be back. In the 3rd was significant in my husband's video and in the dream that my daughter had, because she had a dream that 7 days from the 3rd everything was going to go chaotic or crazy in June, and then the 3rd was significant, and then the 10th was because he was supposed to be back on the 3rd, and everything was going haywire. PayPal was not, they froze up the account. Different things were happening. And so, and I thank you for everyone who donated and helped them get home. Thank you. But, we needed help to get them home. And I wasn't going to say anything. I think Brother Deshaun, that he did say something, because I don't know what would have happened. Because I thought that we had it, but then the PayPal got frozen up. Froze up, and oh God, a lot of things happened at that point. But anyway, when he did get home, because he was supposed to be here on like the 9th, but when he did get home, it was actually the wee hours of the morning of the 10th. So that's why the 3rd and the 10th was very significant, and also what he was saying, that he didn't want to let him stay long. But it's significant for today, because I was also the same way. I didn't want him to stay home because I was worried. And then when he couldn't get home, I was very worried about what was going on. I was very worried about all the stuff in the world, the war happening, and all different things that were happening, and I didn't know, how it's going to play out. Um, so you'll hear the video, and it's very important, what he's saying. And he's looking at, showing the sky and stuff, and it's very important what he's saying, because to me, it holds truth for right now, for today, for what's happening right this moment. And he even said in the video, it may take a while. He said it's not going to be instant, it may take a while. And he was definitely right. It was slowly easing up on it, and it still is. So everybody be prepared. Prepare yourself. Make sure you have everything in order, especially your salvation. Make sure that you stock up, do what you have to do to make sure, you have to wait. If it's not instant, that you have something stocked up, as in food and things like that. Money is not going to matter. It's not going to count for nothing. You ain't going to be able to do nothing with that paper. But make sure you have everything you need. Make sure you get out of those cities. If you possibly can, just try to make sure you get out of those cities. So that's basically what I wanted to say. And I'm going to try to put out another video. There's another video I'm doing. But I wanted to put out this one and kind of explain some of the dreams. I take them as warnings. I take them as the Most High's way to comfort. I just pray that everyone will get themselves together and know that salvation is much more important than what's in this world. It's much more important than any of the foolishness going on in this world. I want to say I thank God for my children I have here that are praising the Most High and trying to do all they can to help each other, their parents, and praise the Most High. And I thank the Most High for children like DeAndre. I'm so happy that you listened and saw a light, the Most High's light, in my husband and in what he was saying, and that you are wanting to speak the truth, and you are speaking the truth. I thank God for children like you, and I know you're a young man. To me, I'm old, y'all. I'm like in my 50s, so I still may call even my children here. They're grown, they're all grown, except for my grandchildren. But I still say children, so forgive me, DeAndre. But I know you're a young man, and I pray the best for you. Okay, everyone, I want to say that I love you, DeAndre. Love all of you. Love your mom, DeAndre, and I love all of our believing family. I'm going to play the video. No, I spoke for a bit long, sorry. But I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to probably put out another video maybe tomorrow, the next day. Try to put out more videos. But I thank y'all for listening. God bless. Take care, and always remember, never give up, never give in, never surrender to the enemy. Much love, Rap's wife. Peace.
This is Rap the News, and you are looking at it. This is coming off of the horizon. And the thing about this is, look at how it's spreading throughout the whole sky, lighting up the sky. Something is here, folks. And then the sun is going down over there, people. Scary, huh? Yeah. So we need to get prepared for anything. Anything can happen at this moment, man. This is very crazy. Come on. We have never seen anything like this. And this is going to be bad, people. And this is Rap the News reminding you again of the dream that my wife and my daughter had. And it could be important or it cannot. I'm just heeding the signs, not to say anything that's going to happen or is not going to happen. Better safe than sorry. And so my wife had a dream that we were shopping, and then she said we better get stuff for the bomb shelter, and we're gonna get to that today. You know, we better get stuff for the bomb shelter because, you know, after the 3rd of June, sometime after that, you know, um, we ain't gonna be able to buy nothing from the store anymore. You know, that's a sign. It could be an economic collapse. Anything can happen. We are headed for anything. War, people. You know what we're headed for. The time is up. You know, and then my daughter had a dream, and watch this. My wife's dream. She had another dream that coincides with this dream. So she had a dream that her dead grandmother came to the house to pick us up, to take us to her house, right? Yeah, and I know what that means. But she said she was looking for my son, and my son was gone, and he was supposed to be back on that day, right? Okay. My son had booked a plane. This is recently out, you know, overseas, and basically he is going to be back. Well, he was supposed to spend a month out there, but I kept talking to him till he cut his trip short. You know, this 3-day trip out there and back, and he's supposed to be coming back within a week on the 10th, right? And then I told you about my daughter's dream. She said a week after the 3rd. That's what the angel told her. A week after the 3rd, then all hell is gonna break loose, and if you don't got what you want to keep put in the shelter, then it's gonna be gone because this world is gonna get, you know, knocked over pretty much. And so, with that said, uh, we don't know how long we're gonna be on this earth, and so this verse rings out to me. It's the reason why I did a video on this, and it's Revelations, you know, and it says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the beast, and out of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." And this is the part right here. "For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth, the presidents, the kings, the queens, and of the whole world." The demons is going to fill the whole world to gather them together to battle of that great day of God Almighty. And I went into all the other verses where it says brother is going to fight against brother, father against son, mother against daughter, kids is going to team up against parents, because these demons is going to get in them. It's a bunch of dreams that people are having right now, that the demons possess people. In the end, the demons come down and they possess people, and basically the people that start stabbing and cutting each other and killing over small little things, trivial things, because the demons have possessed the people. And then we could be under trial, people. The meaning that it may not. God is a God that takes his time with everything. And when he say he's gonna war, pick up his people, that could happen over a period of time. You know what I mean? And then you're stuck in the calamity until or the tribulations, and he said, pray that your flight don't be in the winter. You know, it's over a period of time. Something could be happening, you know, right away. And so basically, it could take a long time for you to get picked up, and then you sitting in the house starving to death with nothing. You know, because you didn't really prepare, because you thought it was going to be instant. Nothing that God do is really instant, unless it's just death, maybe. I don't know, but you know, this is looking like it's going to take a while. You know, according to what I'm reading here. And so, it's like this war. It's like it's going to slowly merge into this war, and it's going to get out of hand. You know, and then it don't mean that everybody gonna die all at once, and then there's angels flying everywhere, and God is roaring through, you know, the day of the calamity. It's building up to that day of the Lord. So when the war start, God is, you know, all of that stuff is happening right around the same time, and that could be spread out over many months. You know what I mean? Anyway, with that said, we're gonna get into the rest of that dream. Okay, so my daughter said that 7 days after the 3rd of June. So we're in June right now, and so this is the 4th. So this is the first day. So 7 days after it will be the 10th. And I told you about my wife's dreams, and then this is what's freaky right here. Okay, she said she was waiting for him to come back from a trip. I made him cut the trip short, and this is without even thinking or anything else, because I was worried about the time, and it seemed like something is getting ready to happen with this war, and with America, and with something is getting ready to happen, like a collapse, something bad, a war, something. I'm just picking up something. And so he coming back on the 10th, and my wife was dreaming that basically he was late coming back, and she was looking for him, and he was taking a long time because everybody was ready to go. Where we were going, we don't know. Grandma's house, I guess. Grandma dead though. You know what I mean? So here's a list, man, of some things that I got. I got water purification tablets. Supposedly you put them in water and stuff like that, and they purify the water. And this stuff don't cost much. You can get it on eBay, but I'm saying that we should get it right now. I got water drums. Get as many of these as you possibly can. If you guys could build a shelter, buy some house out, the further you are away from people right now, people knowing what's getting ready to happen, these people's gonna turn into zombies. It's gonna be the zombie apocalypse for real, biblical style. Get far away from people, man. The further you are away from people, the better. I can count my neighbors, and I pray they don't come to my house. Okay, walkie-talkies, man. Somebody have to be out, and we ain't all together. We need some way to communicate, man. And then I would get hand crank walkie-talkies. You have to have something that's gonna be reliable, and you don't want your batteries going down and you ain't got no way to charge them or nothing like that. We gotta prepare. So we got solar generators and things like that, and you can get solar, all this stuff you can buy, man. And it's affordable, man. Just get it here and there, and that's what we did. You need some tools, because, everything can break down, and you can just have wood and things like that you can get and collect and build you another house, man. Or something quick from the rubbish, instead of being outside freezing your butt off and burning because, you didn't have sense. Sleeping bags, So we storing all of this. We haven't got the sleeping bags yet, but I am highly thinking about going to get these. Just like I said, we have to do it slow. Survival garden seeds. Even if it's a nuclear war, you know what they find out where nuclear things happen? Incidents. If you dig 6 feet underground and move all that topsoil, the underground soil is still good. Just letting you know. And you can plant and grow plants and everything else. And just dig it far enough where if it rains, the nuclear material ain't gonna get close to your plants. Speaking of that, potassium iodide. And it's for your thyroid, and it's to block out the nuclear whatever radiation from hitting your thyroid and destroying you quickly. You know what I mean? And I don't really get into all of that stuff, but I know it's for we got them anyway. Damn it. Anyway, portable wood stove. This ain't the big wood stove. This is a stove you can put into a tent. It's a stove that you can put into a small little cabin or some little safe house, man. If we have some nuclear winter, you need to keep warm, my friends. Just trying to help out, We got this portable bucket. You can buy these portable potty lids, man, from eBay. eBay, Amazon, all them places, man. I don't know. I just prefer eBay for some reason. But you can get it from anywhere. But portable toilet lid, man. And you can just put it on a bucket, put a bag in there, put some cat litter in there, and everybody can do their business right up in there. Okay, you gotta think about Venezuela, Africa and all these other places who had an economic collapse, right? The women couldn't get to the store to get pads and all that stuff. Rags carry bacteria and all that, and it's bad. And then I think my wife, well, I know my wife, she found this, and it's just as disgusting as it is. You just might need to do it. So these are called menstrual cups, you know. And we grown, so we gotta talk about this crap, man. But you just insert that in there. They got small and large. That's the sizes that they come in, and I guess you know your size. And basically, you put that in there, and basically, these are reusable. So you pull it out, and you just rinse it out and put it right back in there. And you don't need the pads. And then you don't have all this smelly rags and smelly sponges and using water to clean unnecessary. You know what I mean? It's as gross as it is, but it will be necessary. Corn grinder. You might have. You ain't gonna ever have flour or anything else again. If something break off. But if you could grow some corn or anything like that, or get a hold of this, and you have corn, coffee, whatever, and oats, and flour or wheat, just grind it into some flour. You know what I mean? So this might be very necessary. So I got one of those. Organic licorice root. And what is this for? This helps your stomach. This helps your whole system. But the thing that this is used for, if you cut off the wood part of the top, this is used as a toothbrush, in Middle Eastern cultures and stuff like that, and Indian cultures. It was used as a toothbrush back in the day. The licorice is good for your gum, it's good for your digestive system and all that kind of stuff. And you can brush your teeth and keep yourself healthy if you don't have toothpaste and anything else, and water and all that. You use that licorice root, man, and it'll keep your stuff straight. Okay, indoor wireless lights. Where if the lights go out and suddenly you just don't want to be reaching around in the darkness panicking. You just press the button and turn on the wireless lights. It'll last, and then it'll last as long as the battery. I get rechargeable batteries, and then you got a portable solar generator. You can just keep recharging them and recharging them and recharging them. You know what I mean? Keep your lights up. It's just, just in case the candles is, anything could happen, man. You just might need more light than a candle. Hand crank radio, AM FM radio. You hand crank it. It has a light on it and everything else. And you listen for the news or anything else, because you might need that, people. I would say a hammer and nail goes back in. If you have to rebuild something, have a big old box of nails, man, long enough so you could build something. Short nails and long nails, you never could get enough food stored up, man. So flour, beans, and rice, man, in bulk. Just have it. These are cheap, man, and everybody knows that. You might get an infection or something bad, and you can't get to the doctor. And so they got this fish Mox Forte. I am not saying use it. I am not a medical doctor or anything like that. But it's actually just amoxicillin. Period, point blank, that's the end. It's the same amoxicillin that they give you at the hospital. You put two and two together, electromagnetic radiation detector. That is needed right now. Because when this planet comes, that thing should be going off the charts. That means haul your ass to the house. Whenever you go out, you need this electromagnetic radiation detector, like right now. So you might be able to detect this stuff coming in before it come in. The siren goes off on this thing, man. You can just turn back around and go back to the house and you figure out what's what. Or after a nuclear war, you just don't want to go to a highly radiated place. You know what I mean? You just might need this right here. And because like I said, I don't know how long we're going to be here. And then canned foods, we know we need that. So the thing about canned foods and all this beans, rice, and flour and all that, it has to be what your stomach can handle. It has to be something that ain't gonna give you the poops and keep you on the pot, because you know everything gonna be getting gross real fast. You know what I mean? Water is gonna be short. Cleanliness is it's gonna be hard to clean, and it ain't gonna be like before, man. You know. I would say a shovel and everything else. Maybe you can dig a makeshift well, have some rope, anything that you know you think you're gonna need, man. Powdered drinks, you know. You might want something sweet, and you're probably gonna be fiending it. Always keep some powdered drinks, you know. A BB gun, you know. You don't want to use a 22 or high-powered gun to be shooting some little rabbit or something because you need to eat. A BB gun will take care of the little bird or whatever you're trying to shoot, you know, and just have plenty of BBs. Can opener, you're gonna have to open up all those cans. I would say get industrial can opener so it just don't break, because these little things like this break easy. And we know we need candles and things like that. And infections and stuff like that. The amoxicillin works good, but the food grade hydrogen peroxide works awesome for like stomach viruses and everything else. Note: in a nuclear war, hydrogen peroxide would be bad to take, because I've heard that the nuclear radiation in your body could turn your blood into hydrogen peroxide for some reason, because of water and everything else inside of it. I just heard that, so people need to look that up. All right, this is Raptor News. I hope I help you guys, man.